Ghost. Cold-hearted. Yeah, the cracker got a cap, but we gon' do the do. 100 band foreign car, we ain't rooted poo. Of y'all young, we keep a case, dog, Scooby-Doo. See a coon, slap a coon, I went 2 for 2. Yeah, y'all color, but y'all squares, 2 a Ruby.
Con, all praises. So if you could for me, good brother, just read verse 18. Let me put it on the screen. Salakia.
There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. For fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. Con.
It said, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. And what's to be understood here is that if if you're perfected by love, then you won't fear being punished or judged for being a sinner, or as the wicked, because your conscience is clear, as we read in 1 John 3. So you'll be able to walk before the Most High and be confident that you respect His word and follow it. But for them that are afraid of punishment, and they tremble, at at the thought of the Most High's dread coming to them, because they're walking in disobedience and not, and their conscience, condemns them, so to speak. Then this is again like that an example of love not being perfected in them, right? And that's why the Apostle Paul, when you read in I think it's in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, he says, knowing the terror of Yahweh, we persuade men. Because people that aren't converted and walking and showing the love of the Most High and keeping the law of God and the commandments, they'll have they have the wrath of the Most High to look forward to. But you can escape these things and have the confidence and be you have your conscience clear if you repent and you have love perfected within you, so that displays as you keeping the commandments of the Most High and following after Christ's example. But brother, I know you said I believe you had a point, so you could jump in there, King.
Con. This like the lesson I did Tuesday, and I touched on how the Israelites, with our ancestors, went into the wilderness. They were so scared of what was in front of them, which when you have that type of fear, that means you don't trust Yahweh. That means you don't have any faith. But when we're keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, it helps us get reassurance that everything's gonna be fine because we trust that the Most High is with us. So it says there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. So if we love the Most High perfectly, we keep these commandments, we ain't got nothing to fear. The law tells us if we obey Him, guess what? We're gonna be blessed. We only receive curses. We only receive bad things when we reject Him and we do something that's contrary to His will. So that's a telltale sign if someone has fear when in certain situations they scared it's not going to turn out right. Like first thing pops up in my mind is like, what are you doing wrong to make you feel like
right
that, if you're supposed to be in this walk? But yeah,
Con. Hey, that's an excellent point, man. And I just I was thinking about this, right? And as I was putting this together, I didn't write it down, but I thought about this because a long time ago, when I taught this, I taught this on like a Zoom meeting one time, right? And it's so funny. I didn't read this passage, but someone brought this up because I was teaching that we're supposed to fear the Most High in the context of reverencing Him, keeping His commandments, Ecclesiastes 12:13. And they brought this passage up to say, oh no, we don't have to fear God. Perfect love cast out fear. Like, and in this particular person, they didn't necessarily have the understanding about keeping God's commandments. Like they didn't, they weren't into like keeping the Shabbat and things like that, or not eating unclean foods and things of those sort. So like they were coming more so from like a hyper grace perspective. And I want to make sure I touch this from that perspective as well, because this is not teaching that. This is not teaching, that you can, oh, well, we don't have to fear the Most High in the sense of reverence Him. Because also, when you look at the word for fear, it can mean that as well. It can mean to fear in the sense of reverence, but it also can mean to fear, to have dread, right? So when John is saying this, he's speaking in context of dread or terror because of punishment, and the punishment that would come upon a sinner or someone that's wicked. This is what, 1 John 4 is speaking about. It's not speaking about, oh, well, Ecclesiastes 12:13, perfect love cast that out. Like, you don't gotta fear God and love and keep His commandments. No, that's not, that's not the teaching here. That's not what this is designed to do. But it's designed to tell you that if you're walking upright before the Most High, again, going back to that confidence and you having your conscience clear, then you don't have to, fear the punishment that will be upon the wicked, because you're focused on being of the righteous, of the upright, like the Messiah and His disciples. So I wanted to make sure I re-emphasize that, because a lot of people, a lot more people than I would think, they would take away from that verse, oh, we don't have to fear the Most High God.
Right.
Unfortunately, but I've heard it, and mind you, by somebody that was, supposed to be, very intelligent. They utilize this verse to teach that. So yeah, I want to make sure I touch on that. But any points came before I move on?
Beautiful lesson, man. All praise to the Most High. No, Shalom, Yadi.
Khan, Shalom, King. And yeah, all praise to the Most High for the verse as well. Brother Tribal Levi put Wisdom of Solomon 19:13, and punishments came upon the sinners not without former signs, by the force of thunders, for they suffered justly. Beautiful. For they suffered justly according to their own wickedness, insomuch as they used a more hard and hateful behavior toward strangers. So again, the scriptures it speak about the wicked suffering their punishment justly.
Cold-hearted, yeah, the cracker got a cap, but we gon' do the do. 100 band foreign car, we ain't rooted poo. Of y'all young, we keep a case, dog, Scooby-Doo. See a coon, slap a coon, I went 2 for 2. Yeah, y'all color, but y'all squares, 2 a Rubik's Cube.